Elon Musk is upset with 60 Minutes on CBS. He gave the interview last week. It aired on Sunday. I broke it down for you guys yesterday, but as I predicted, there's more to the story than we saw. Elon is unhappy the way the interview was cut. I'll tell you which parts exactly he was unhappy with, what he actually said, and is he regretting doing this? All of this is coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric.
Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source for unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on the subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. Okay, so yesterday I broke down the interview and there were a lot of interesting things that he said. I didn't really agree with everything he said, but there were a couple of really good points as well. It was maybe the whole SEC comment. I thought he could have probably not say that just for the future sake of himself and Tesla, but now he tweeted a couple of times today, now that he saw the interview, that he did not like the way it was edited. Now, the conversation was going about Robyn Denholm, who is going to be the new chair. Per settlement with SEC, they had to pick one, and they were picking one. They were up. I believe it was up to them, and I'm not surprised that they picked somebody who they like. Now, the 60-minute host was kind of pressing him on saying, well, did you guys kind of handpicked it? Is it going to be kind of a puppet, right? That was kind of the whole line of questioning, which is, fair question. But at the same time, hey, this is his company. This is very different from other companies. Now, in general, it's a bad idea to have the board, really under your control if you're a CEO of the company. And I think everybody agrees with that. But in this case, Elon Musk is Tesla. And it's not really that far-fetched that, he and everybody else who's investing in the company wants him to have all of this control. And listen, this is a free market, right? If investors did not believe that was a good way to structure the company at this point, they would stop investing, the stock would go down, and Elon would have to change something, right? Well, this was a settlement with SEC, and essentially, he gave an answer to the host questions about, well, did you handpick it? Well, there was more to it than that, because he just answered yes, and then this is what he tweeted yesterday, saying, this is a very misleading edit. Please post the full transcript where I complete the sentence. Now, first of all, there was another tweet I'll show you in a second where he did give us the complete I guess, or the missing quote. So I'm wondering why he didn't do it here. Also, I wonder if he has a transcript and maybe could post. I would love for CBS to post it as well. Now, electric.co claims to, got a hold of this transcript. And this is what they're saying Elon Musk said after just saying yes to that question. He said, yes, handpicked her. I asked for a chair, and the rest of the board was very supportive of that. Not really sure if that actually adds that much value to it, to be honest with you. So I'm not really sure why Elon is that upset with it, in this tweet. But essentially, I just don't see what the problem is. Let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'm missing something. SEC wanted an independent chair. Well, also the company needs somebody who buys into the company. And the company is Elon Musk, so that person has to buy into the company. Now, SEC did not put any type of limitations or who can be in that spot. I don't even know if they were, kind of allowed by law to dictate the limitation that much. But, they picked somebody who is not Elon Musk, essentially. And yes, she's a fan of the company and Elon Musk. I think that is very reasonable. So I'm not really sure what the big deal is all about. Now, there's another quote, and before I tell you what it is, let me remind you that the show in this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. There's a discount code in the description of this video, so you can save yourselves a few bucks. All right, so that was the first quote. Here's a second quote, which I'm also not really sure why he's that upset, but he basically, is replying about the suggestion that he, on the same topic, that he's kind of almost undermining the role of a chairman and therefore maybe not giving Robyn as much respect as she deserves, or diminishing her role. And I think that's what he was taking an issue with. So he says incorrect. Chairman is an honorific. I've learned a new word. Not executive role, which means it's not needed to run Tesla. Will retire that title as Tesla in 3 years. 60 minutes edited out. End of my sentence where I said I could do whatever I want. They cut, provided I have the support of the shareholders. Now, I'm a little lost on the first part because chairman is a position of the board of directors, which is kind of required for any corporation to have. Not really sure, and it does have a role, actually pretty important role. It's all about checks and balances between the board of directors and the executive staff of the company. That's kind of the whole point that the SEC wanted this to be an independent one, and most companies do have an independent one. Um, and I'm not really sure if you can retire it. I don't think you can retire it unless I'm misunderstanding what Elon means here. I've read it a few times now, though. Now, about the edit, I understand that they cut that out, but I don't think it makes him look any worse or better because of that's missing. Obviously, he does not control all of the votes. I think he controls 22% of the company, and that's what it is. Yes, most of the board are either his friends or his brother or people who bought into the whole idea notion of Elon Musk being the leader. And again, I don't see anything wrong with that. So editing that out is not necessarily I don't think made what he said look or sound any less sort of have any less of content. Let me know. Again, I just don't see a bigger issue here at all. Now, what I think is a bigger issue is that does Elon need to do this? Does he need to go to 60 Minutes or other mainstream media or where they you're going to be edited? Apparently, they spend 2 hours there, right? Of course, you're going to be edited, to put everything in like what 10, 12 minute segment. That's just how it is. You don't want to be edited. Go on a podcast or have your own sort of platform, which he does with much, I think, bigger viewership than even maybe 60 Minutes, I believe, with all of his followers on all social media. So why does he do it? And then why does he get upset when things kind of don't go his way? I already told you guys, I think he shouldn't have done it. I think he did more damage to himself than good, that there were some really interesting points and good points that he made. Um, but that's, I don't know if he's going to learn a lesson. Maybe he just won't do it in the future. I think he could have lived without it. Let me know what you think. For now, I'm sure there will be more drama, and I'll definitely let you know when something else happens. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.